सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। पठामि संस्कृतं नित्यं वदामि संस्कृतं सदा ध्यायामि संस्कृतं सम्यक् वन्दे संस्कृतमातरम्। Hari Om, everyone. So we are starting the new session, and today also we will see one verse and then we will enter into the topic. So we have seen so many verses on different deities. Now one deity that was remaining was Sri Mahalakshmi. So last session we saw one verse on Bhagavan Mahavishnu. Correct? Remember? Now today we will be seeing one verse on Mahalakshmi Devi. Today also is International Women's Day, isn't it? So happy Women's Day to all, and nice time to discuss about Devi. So one verse, let us understand. This verse is from Mahalakshmi Ashtakam, the 8 verses which are well known, which are attributed to Mahalakshmi. We will be seeing one verse. I think 3rd verse this is from that stotra. Let us chant. I will chant. Please repeat after me. Sarvadne Sarvavarade Sarvadushta Bhayankari Sarvadukha Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Together. Sarvadne Sarvavarade Sarvadushta Bhayankari Sarvadukha Hare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. So very beautiful verse. Again here, as you can see, the word sarva is coming again and again. You know, that has been our method of seeing these verses, where there is a repetition. Nuprasa Alankara is there. So, Sarvadne, Sarvavarade, Sarvadushta Bhayankari, Sarvadukha Hare Devi, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Now, please note one important point here. In Sanskrit, Dirgha and Rasva have got lot of significance. What do I mean by Dirgha and Rasva? Mahalakshmi or Mahalakshmi, Devi or Devi. There are differences. Generally, the word is Devi, Dirgha Ikar, Mahalakshmi, Dirgha, Saraswati, Dirgha. But in this verse, all these are in Sambodhana. We are calling that Devi. O Sarvadne, O Sarvavarade, O Sarvadushta Bhayankari, O Sarvadukha Hare, O Devi, O Mahalakshmi. So in English we say no, hey. In Sanskrit also we say hey. Hey Devi, hey Mahalakshmi. Therefore it is Rasva. It's not mistake, or it is not that the original word is like this, but it is because of the Sambodhana, because it is indicating that we are calling that Devi. And then Te Namaha Astu. So let us see the meaning we'll see He Devi, O goddess. So that He is indicative of that we are calling that Devi. If that Devi was Dirgha Ikara, then it will mean goddess. It will become the subject of the sentence. In English also we say, na, Krishna is a boy. Hey Krishna, come here. Now you see, both places I am using the word Krishna only, but both have got different role to play in the sentence. So in Sanskrit, when it is used in two different places, it will have some change in the form. So when Devi is with Dirgha Ikara, it means it is in subject form, it is in Prathama Vibhakti. But when it is Devi Rasva, what it indicates? O goddess, Hey Devi, Hey Partha, Hey Bharata, Hey Sanjaya. See, all these things that we have seen in Bhagavad Gita also, which are in case which is called as Sambodhana Prathama. We are addressing, O Devi, O goddess, O goddess. Hey Devi. Now all other things are adjectives to that Mahalakshmi. What is that first adjective? Sarvadne. Now all the words till Mahalakshmi are going to be in this Sambodhana case, okay, where we are calling. Hey Sarvadne. Hey Sarvadne, O goddess who is Sarvadnya. Sarvadnya, one who knows everything. Sarvam Janati. One who knows everything. Sarvadnya. Hey Sarvadne, O goddess who knows everything. Sarvadne. Sarva Varade. So Sarva Varada. Vara means boon. Da means dadati, one who gives. So here we are saying, O goddess, Da, one who bestows, Vara, boon, Sarva, all boons. One who bestows, one who gives all boons. Sarva Varada. In the Sambodhana case, Sarva Varade, O Sarva Varade, O goddess who bestows all boons. One more meaning which can come out is Sarva Varade. Sarva Varade can also mean one who bestows boons to all people. One who bestows all boons, that is of course one meaning, one who bestows all boons, but it can also mean one who bestows boons to all. Sarvasmai varam dadati. That also can be one meaning. Sarvadne, Sarva Varade. Sarva Dushta Bhayankari. Again here you see Rasva Ikara, because again we are calling, O goddess who Bhayankari. Now see how beautiful is this language. Bhayankar. This is a word that we use very often, in other languages also, in Hindi, etc., in Marathi, etc., also, Gujarati also. Bhayankar. आज मैंने कुछ भयंकर चीज देखी. भयंकर क्या होता है? What is this भयंकर? Bhayam karoti. Bhayam karoti. That which creates fear is called as Bhayankar. So how is this Devi? Devi is the one who creates fear. Vedji, Devi creates fear? Yes. For whom? Sarva Dushta Bhayankari. For all the wicked people, she creates fear. Not good people. Not good people. Good people love Devi. They love the God. Bad people are scared of God. That's how we have to be. To good people, we should always be such that people should love and should be open to come to us. But those who are doing anything wrong, they should fear. Right? Why? Because they are doing wrong. So, Sarva Dushta Bhayankari, O goddess who creates fear in all the wicked people. Sarva Dushta Bhayankari. He Sarvadne, He Sarva Varade, He Sarva Dushta Bhayankari. Next. Sarva Dukkha Hare. O Devi, O goddess who is Hara Hara. Hara means to remove. Ra Hara Dhatu. Hara means to remove. One who removes all sorrow. Sarva Dukkha Hare. Sarva Dukkha Hara. One who removes all kinds of sorrows from our life. That is who Bhagavati Shri Mahalakshmi is. Okay. Sarva Dukkha Hare. Devi word we have already seen. Mahalakshmi Namostute. Mahalakshmi, O goddess Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is the consort, wife of Bhagavan Shri Mahavishnu. Now generally, whenever we hear Mahalakshmi, we think that Devi is only associated with money, wealth. Isn't it? She is the one who is the goddess of wealth. That is true. There is no doubt about it. But that wealth is not necessarily just the outside wealth. She is also the one who bestows all the wealth of inside. The inner wealth of virtues, inner wealth of good qualities, inner wealth of character. That is the one she is the one who bestows that also. So she is not just worshipped for outside prosperity, but also for inner development. And you see the word so beautiful, Lakshmi. Lakshmi comes from word Laksh. Laksh means to indicate. So Mahalakshmi is the one who indicates. Who indicates? What does she indicate? She points out towards Vishnu. Now you see in Puranas etc., the explanation will come that if at all you get to go to Vaikuntha is the place of Bhagavan Mahavishnu, you will see that there will be many Mahavishnus roaming. Many Mahavishnus roaming means all those devotees who have got Sarupya Mukti, those who have got the same form as Mahavishnu, they will also have 4 hands. They will look like Vishnu and they will be roaming everywhere in Vaikuntha. Now, how to decide which one is the actual Mahavishnu and which all are the other devotees? So, it is said where Mahalakshmi is there is the Mahavishnu. Why? Because all the other devotees will not have Mahalakshmi. They will have same form as Vishnu Bhagavan. But Mahalakshmi always will be there only with Vishnu Bhagavan. So, Mahalakshmi, she the one who points out to Vishnu. This is Vishnu. And you will always see Mahalakshmi will be there pressing his feet all the time. Our Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmaya used to always say that don't run behind wealth. Why? Because wealth by nature, Mahalakshmi by nature is called as Chanchala. Chanchala, the one who cannot be at one place. Chanchala means what? The one who keeps moving. So we see this in life also, isn't it? Wealth today is there with some person, tomorrow overnight something happens, everything goes bankruptcy, total bankruptcy. And suddenly from nowhere somebody becomes very wealthy. So Gurudev used to say, never run behind Lakshmi. Why? She is Chanchala, she will come, she will go. You worship Vishnu, Lakshmi will automatically come. We worship the Lord, wealth will automatically come. But as I told you, Mahalakshmi is not just goddess of outer wealth. She is also the goddess of inner wealth. Right? And also those who follow Dvaita Sampradaya, those who follow Dvaita philosophy, etc., Mahalakshmi is their main deity. The Sampradaya begins with Mahalakshmi. Isn't it? Dvaita Sampradaya or Vishishta Dvaita Sampradaya. One of the Sampradayas, for them, Mahalakshmi is the main deity. Shri Bhashyam written. No? Shri is Mahalakshmi. Isn't it? So, very important deity. Mahalakshmi. Oh Goddess Mahalakshmi, Namaha Astu Te. Te Namaha Astu. Te, to you, Namaha, prostrations, Astu, may there be. May there be prostrations unto you. May there be prostrations unto you. Right? So again, if you remember in the last session, we had discussed that whenever word Namaha comes, with that Namaha, always fourth case is used. Therefore, Te, you see here, the word Te is there. So all other words we are calling. He Sarvadne, He Sarvavarade, He Sarvadushta Bhayankari, He Sarvadukka Hare, He Devi, He Mahalakshmi, Te Namaha Astu. Oh Devi, what we are saying is, may there be prostrations unto you. We prostrate unto you. Right? See, if all the words are clear, meaning is clear, Sarvadne, Sarvavarade, Sarvadushta Bhayankari, Sarvadukka Hare Devi, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Is it clear? Shall we go forward? Let us chant once the verse together and then we will move forward. Together? Sarvadne Sarvavarade Sarvadushtabhayankari Sarvadukhahare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Now, please pay attention to pronunciation also. I am not saying Sarvadushtabhayankari Sarvadukhahare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Are you understanding the difference? Mahalakshmi, Mahalakshmi Namostute. Sarvadushtabhayankari, Sarvadukhahare Devi, not Sarvadukhahare Devi. Don't elongate because it is Raswa. Let us chant the verse again, then we will move forward. Sarvadne Sarvavarade Sarvadushtabhayankari Sarvadukhahare Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. Very famous stotra, Mahalakshmi Ashtakam. If you already know, very good. If you don't know, please find it out and chant it. It's a very powerful stotra. Right. Now, let us go into the topic. So, last time, in the last session, we were discussing about words. So, alphabets, letters, we have understood. In Sanskrit, they are called as akshara or varna. We have understood what are the types of letters. Everything is clear. Vowels 13, consonants 33, and 4 kinds of symbols. Total 50 alphabets are there in Sanskrit. We have understood that, how they are combined, how they are joined together. When one consonant comes in front of another, third also consonant comes, how they are written, how they are pronounced, all these different things we have already seen. Now, when these alphabets come together, they form a word. And very important, in Sanskrit, every word has to have a proper meaning which should come out from its own letters. It itself has to indicate certain meaning. Very different from many other languages, please note this. Why that particular word is indicating that particular thing, there has to be a reason. So, word cannot be just made in Sanskrit just by combining any vowels or any alphabets. Just randomly you picked 4 or 5 alphabets put together, that will not be called as word. And therefore, in Panini's grammar also, when Pratipadika is explained from which words are formed, he says arthavat. It has to have meaning. That is the first requirement. That word should have meaning. Right? Now, words are of what kind, what types? So, that's what we were seeing. In English, words are of this type. Noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, article, determiner, etc. You remember all these things we have seen in the last session? In noun also there will be general noun, specific noun, etc. Pronoun is there, verb is there. These are the types of words in English, and there are more. These are just a few. Now in Sanskrit, we saw there are only 2 kinds of words. In last session, possibility was there that inside the diagram what was written was not seen properly. So now you can see words in Sanskrit are only of 2 types, subanta and tinganta. Sup anta, ting anta. Anta means ending. The word that ends with sup is called as subanta. And the word that ends with ting is called as tinganta. This subanta includes noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, indeclinable, avyaya, etc. These are the things that we have seen in the last session. We have not gone into depth, we will go today. But subanta is made from pratipadika base. To that base, when we add certain suffix, then we get subanta. And tinganta is nothing but verbs. How do we make verbs? To dhatu, to the root, we add 1 set of suffixes. Ting pratyayas. Then we get verb. So, subanta and tinganta. Only 2 types are there. Within Subanta, there will be other types. Nama will be there, noun, Sarvanama will be there, pronoun, Visheshana will be there, adjective, Kriya Visheshana will be there, adverb, Avyaya, indeclinable also might be there. For Tinganta, there will be Kriya or Kriyapad, verb will be there. But these are the only two types of words in Sanskrit, Subanta and Tinganta. Is this clear? You remember this? Now there also we had seen, what do you mean by Pratyaya? Pratyaya means suffix. Something that has to be added, without which the word cannot be used in the language. It's like a dress, it's like clothing, it's like a wrapper. Unless you wrap it up nicely, it cannot be used. So every word in Sanskrit has to be wrapped up with this pratyaya. Unless the pratyaya is added, the word is not used. Okay, so pratyaya is, so sup is one set of suffixes, one kind of dresses. Ting is another kind of dresses. We will see what is sup, what is ting, etc. That will come as it comes, we will see. But that is what it is. Now, in this also, dhatu is something which is already there, which is not created. And we saw that there are 2104 dhatus, roots, which are already existing in the language. We cannot create more dhatus. We can create more words using those dhatus, but we cannot create dhatus. Why? Because they are already there. They are already present in any language. And they are fixed. If you know those 2104 roots with their meaning, all the words are formed from those 2104 dhatus alone. There is no word which is other than these. I hope this point is also clear. So dhatu is what is already existing, and we have dhatu patha, the entire list of all the dhatus with their meanings. Paniniya dhatu patha is also there. Those who are interested can go and read. It's very, very important. You know, in many of the traditional gurukulas, etc., you have to first memorize the entire dhatu patha. Then only you start studying Samskrit. That is how it is. So that dhatu is there. Now pratipadika is little different. Pratipadika is a base that creates subanta. Okay, last time also I hope you remember, when we say subanta, sometimes we will use the word noun. But what we have to understand is, when we say noun, it means noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, everything. We are just calling it by saying subanta means noun, tinganta means verb. But there are many other things in noun, no? Noun has got many other subcategories, right? So subanta is created from that pratipadika, from that base. Now, how that base is formed? So we said last time, we also saw this, that base is formed three ways only. There are only three ways by which a base is formed. What are the three ways? Number one, from a dhatu root, base is formed by adding krit pratyaya to a root. See, dhatu is used to create verbs also, right? Dhatu creates verbs, correct, by adding ting pratyaya. But dhatu can also create pratipadika by adding krit pratyaya. So when you add krit pratyaya to dhatu, it creates a base. That is one way of creating pratipadika. Now another way of creating pratipadika is, from one pratipadika, another pratipadika can be formed. From one base, another base is formed. By adding tadhita pratyaya. And therefore they will be called as tadhitanta, tadhita anta. That those pratipadika, those bases which will end with tadhita. Tadhita is another set of pratyaya. Krit is also another set of pratyaya. Tadhita also another set of pratyaya. So base is formed from a root, or some bases are formed from other bases, and third is samastapada. Base is formed by adding two or more bases. Compound words, we call it. Okay, so from one base, another base is formed, tadhita. From one or two bases combined together, a new base is formed, samastapada. Is this clear, understood? Is this understood? Sure? So base is formed from dhatu, base is formed from another base, or base is formed by combining two or more bases. Now again, when that base is formed, to use it, again you have to add supratyaya. There is no doubt about that. Without clothing, we will not let it go and be used, right? So again, when the pratipadika is formed, again you have to add supratyaya, and therefore it becomes subanta finally. So this kridanta, tadditanta, samastapada finally is going to become subanta when you add supratyaya to it. Is this clear, understood? Okay. So there are only two types of words in Sanskrit: subanta and tinganta. Subanta are made from pratipadika, tinganta are made from dhatu. And pratipadika is made from dhatu, pratipadika is made from another pratipadika, and pratipadika can be made by combining two or more pratipadikas. Clear? Yes, very good. Now we will move forward and we will see little more into these things. Okay, we are still sticking to the same point. Let us elaborate little further. Now first we are going to see subanta. Within subanta, what are the categories? We are going to see that. Okay, so first one we have seen nama, noun. Some examples are given here. Balaha, balaha, a small boy. Mata, mother. Ramaha, Rama, Sri Rama. Sita, etc. Now here also you can see that few are common nouns. Balaha means a small boy, any boy. We are calling a category. We are not calling a person. Jati we are calling, not a vyakti. Whereas some names are specific nouns, proper nouns. Ramaha, Sita, these are names given to particular person. Right? So just as in English there are different kinds of nouns, same way in Sanskrit also. Kandukam, ball. So many such different are possible. Okay. So first category is nama. Nama means noun. Nama. Next, sarvanama. Sarvanama, pronoun. Pronoun again of many categories. Some examples are given here. Saha. Saha means he. Third person. He. Te. Te can mean many things. Te can mean sahataute, they, people, many. Te can also mean those two ladies. Sa te taha, those two ladies can also be meant by word te. Idam. Idam means this, the one that is closer to me. This table. Idam. Tvam. Tvam means you, second person. Tvam. Sarvaha. All the ladies. Sarva, sarve, sarvaha, all the ladies. Aham, I, first person. Aham, I. So these are all pronouns. You see, just as in English, when a pronoun is used, before that pronoun some noun should be there. Then only the link is possible. He is a very good boy. Who is a very good boy? So before that there should be a sentence, isn't it? Sri Rama is in 5th standard. He is a very good boy. Now, then okay. Then you understand that he is referring to Sri Ram, which is in the previous sentence. So pronouns are used to indicate when they don't want to use the noun again and again, we start using the pronouns. The same thing follows in Sanskrit also. Okay. So pronoun, noun, pronoun. Next, Visheshana. Visheshana means adjective. Adjective means what? Vishesha, it tells something more about the noun. It tells something more about it qualifies the noun. Sometimes Visheshana is also called as qualifier. Qualifier means it qualifies the noun. Qualifies means it explains little more about that noun. Like what? Veeraha. Veeraha, one who is valorous. Sundari. Sundari is beautiful. Komalaha. Komalaha, one who is very soft. Madhuram, that which is sweet. That which is sweet. Now here, one interesting thing you see which is different from English. Okay, let me tell you how it is different in English. Suppose I say, beautiful Rama. In English I am writing, therefore RAM is the spelling that I have done. That's how they spell in English. Okay, beautiful Ram. Now suppose I want to say beautiful Sita. Beautiful word remains same. Have you seen? Rama is beautiful, Sita is beautiful, book is beautiful, flower is beautiful. The Visheshana, the adjective, doesn't change. It remains same. It remains same. But in Sanskrit it is not like that. For beautiful, the word is Sundara. Now suppose I want to say that Rama is beautiful. I say Sundaraha Ramaha. Now if I want to say Sita is beautiful, I don't say Sundaraha Sita. I say Sundari Sita. Can you see the difference? Sundara word is same, but what dress that word is wearing is changing according to the noun that it is qualifying. So since Rama is in Pullinga, is in masculine gender, Sundara, the adjective, also gets the dress of male. Therefore it becomes Sundaraha Ramaha. Now Sita is, the word is feminine word, and therefore it is not Sundaraha Sita, it is Sundari Sita. Sundaram Pustakam. Suppose I want to say that a book is a beautiful book, then I say Sundaram Pustakam. Sundaram. Why? Because Pustakam is in neuter gender. So the adjective of that neuter gender word also gets the dress of neuter gender. So here one important thing that we have to understand and remember in Sanskrit is the adjective follows the noun. And therefore whatever qualities, now here I am not talking about the person having those qualities, but the word, whatever the word is made from, the same kind of things, attributes will also be there for that adjective. Therefore here carefully you see, that's why I have given in the example also, you see Veeraha Balaha is possible. Veeraha Balaha possible, because Veera also is in masculine gender, Pullinga and Balaha also. But Veeraha Mata is not possible. Then I have to say Veera Mata. Sundari Mata is possible. Sundari Sita is possible. But Sundari Rama is not possible. Now somebody will say, Vedji, is it not making the language complicated? See in English how easy it is. Use the word beautiful everywhere. No, why unnecessarily? No, you may think that it is making the language complicated, but it also gives freedom. What freedom it gives? You see, if I use these words in sentence, I change the order of sentence also, it will not make any difference. Let me explain. Take the same example in English, beautiful Rama, beautiful Sita. Now suppose my sentence is, Rama sees Sita. Okay? Rama sees Sita. Simple sentence. Now suppose I want to add the word beautiful, adjective to it. Now in the sentence construction, I have to specifically add the adjective just before the noun. Beautiful Rama sees Sita. Beautiful Rama sees Sita. Now remember, if I change the order, change the sequence of that word beautiful and put it somewhere else, Rama sees beautiful Sita. See, the meaning is different now. Meaning is different. Just by changing the order, the meaning is different. Why? Because the word beautiful by itself will not tell whether it is adjective of Rama or adjective to Sita. What will tell it? Before which noun that adjective is put. So if I say beautiful Rama, then it is adjective to Rama. If I say Rama sees beautiful Sita, then that beautiful becomes adjective for Sita. Now that problem is not there in Sanskrit. Why? Sundaraha Ramaha. Now that Sundaraha, I put it anywhere. It doesn't make any difference. What is our sentence? Ramaha Sitam Pashyati. Rama sees Sita. Now if I say Sundaraha Ramaha Sitam Pashyati, Ramaha Sundaraha Sitam Pashyati, Ramaha Sitam Sundaraha Pashyati, Ramaha Sitam Pashyati Sundaraha. I use that Sundaraha word anywhere. It does not make any difference. Why? Because by definition the word is qualifying this noun alone. If I want to say Sita is beautiful, then I have to use different word, Sundari. You understand? You understand? So the order is changed, still the meaning will not change. Sundara Rama Sitam Pashyati, beautiful Sri Rama is seeing Sita. Ramaha Sundaraha Sitam Pashyati, same meaning. Sundaraha Sitam, Ramaha Sitam Sundaraha Pashyati, same meaning. You put the words anywhere in any order, the meaning will remain same. Why? Because the word by itself, the adjective by itself is qualifying only one noun. Now please understand, it is because of this special feature of Sanskrit that majority of the literature in Sanskrit is in poetry. Why? Because there is no restriction of order. The word can be anywhere in the sentence, it will still convey the same meaning, and therefore you can change the order as you want to make it into poetry. Why in many other languages poetry is tough? Because of this reason, that it does not allow the order change. That's why we say Sanskrit is a free word order language. It is free of any word order. You can change the word order, the meaning will remain same. Are you understanding? So the adjective always follows the noun. So if noun is in particular gender, particular now, all those things we will see today, that will be the same for adjective. So the moment noun changes, adjective, the form of adjective also will change. Sundara is remaining same, but whether Sundaraha, Sundari or Sundaram depends on what noun it is qualifying. Sundara word is same because that is beautiful. Komala word is same, but Komalaha, Komala, Komalam, what will be the form depends on to whom, to which noun that adjective is qualifying. Komalaha Ramaha, Komala Sita, Komalam Pushpam. Komalam Pushpam, soft flower. Madhuram, again same. Madhuraha, Madhura, Madhuram. That's why Madhurashtakam, very famous hymn to Lord Krishna. If you see there, the word Madhura is same, but how it ends changes. Carefully if you have noticed. Adharam Madhuram, Vadanam Madhuram, Nayanam Madhuram, Hasitam Madhuram. In the first verse, I think everything is in neuter gender. But Gopa Madhura, Gao Madhura. Madhura, you see, it is coming Madhura. Srishtir Madhura. Isn't it? So according to the noun, the adjective's form is changed. That is one very beautiful thing in Sanskrit, and therefore it can be used anywhere, but it will still qualify the same noun. It will still qualify the same noun. I hope this point is clear. Adjective. One more thing. Adjective can also qualify the pronoun. In English, it is used very rarely. We don't say generally, beautiful he. We don't say that. We use, most of the times, adjectives are used in Sanskrit with proper nouns, with nouns. Strong boy, strong he. We won't say it like that. But in Sanskrit, very, very popular, very, what we say, often used. What? The adjective is also qualifying the pronoun sometimes. Tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantabidam vakyam uvacha madhusudanaha. Gita. Tam, to him, to whom? To Arjuna. Because the previous verse is talking about Arjuna. So here tam means to Arjuna. That is understood. So Arjuna doesn't say anywhere in the verse it is not said to Arjuna. It is understood. But all other words are qualifying that pronoun tam. Kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishidantam tam madhusudanaha idam vakyam uvacha. To him Madhusudana said these words. So you see, to pronoun also we can use adjectives. But again the same rule follows. According to the gender of the pronoun, etc., etc., the adjective will change. So saha is in masculine gender, it will be viraha. If it is sa, then vira. Tat, then viram. Right? So adjective changes the form according to what it qualifying. What it is qualifying. If it is qualifying a noun, it will change the form according to noun. If it is qualifying the pronoun, it will change the form according to that pronoun. And therefore, we use that anywhere in the sentence. The order can be changed. The meaning will remain same. The adjective is still connected to the noun or pronoun that it is qualifying. Why? Because in its form itself, it is intrinsic to that adjective. Hope this is clear. So, nama, noun, sarvanama, pronoun, visheshana, adjective. Then kriya visheshana, kriya, verb, visheshana. So, that which is qualifying the verb is called as adverb. This also concept is there in English. Adverbs we have. So, what it does is, it qualifies the verb. Means what? It explains little more about the verb. Shighram chalatu, walk fast. In English, we generally use the word li, ly. Many words ending with ly, sometimes, easy indication for us that they can be adverbs. Smilingly, jokingly. These are the adverbs. Shighram, achiram. These are the adverbs. In Sanskrit, another beautiful thing is, they don't change. Shighraha it won't become. Achiraha it won't become. Why? Because they are not qualifying a noun, because of which their form will change. Adjectives are changing because of the noun or pronoun that they are qualifying. Now these are qualifying the verb, so they will keep the same form, whatever the verb is. Right? So adverb. These are 4 main subantas. Subantas, pratipadika, base plus supratyaya. So these are the kinds of words that are subantas. Now the next one is avyaya. I have written it in different color because sometimes they are considered within subanta, sometimes they are not considered in subanta. Why? Because they are indeclinables. Indeclinables means they do not change their form. Their form, they are used as they are. Let me explain. See, balaha is one boy. Now, if I want to say one girl, I will say bala. If I want to say many boys, I will say balaha. If I want to say two boys, I will say balau. If I have to say two girls, I will say bale. Now, how I am doing all these things, don't worry about that. That slowly you will learn. But the point is that word bala is changing its form. Balasya, bale. It changes its forms. Same is true for all the things that we have seen so far. Saha also becomes sa. Tasya. Tesham. It will change. Veeraha also becomes veera. Veeraha. Veerasya. They change. They change as per the requirement of the sentence, of the meaning of the sentence. But these are the words that do not change. Atra will remain atra. Wherever you use, however you want to use, atra will remain atra. Means what? They are the unchangeable, so to say. Therefore, they are called as indeclinables. All other decline. Now, decline also, in grammar sense, please understand, okay? Decline doesn't mean refusing. Decline here in grammar, it means that which changes. Whereas these do not change. We are going to have separate classes on this avyaya. That time we will see what are the types of avyayas and what are the words. And therefore some of these words, namaha, you must have seen many places. Cha, you must have seen many places. Eva, these are the words that remain same. They don't change. Evaha, they don't become evaha. There is no word called evaha. Eva means eva, it remains eva. Cha, it doesn't become chaha, cham. No, it remains chaha. Cha. Cha means and. So atra means here, namaha means prostrations. Cha means and, eva means alone. Gatva, having gone. There are certain created indeclinables, kridantas also, which become indeclinables later on. Having gone, all these kind of meanings. Patitva, drishtva tu pandavanikam. First chapter of Gita. So those are indeclinables. They do not change. They remain same. And because of this reason, sometimes people don't take them under subanta. Because there is a rule which says that the pratyaya, sup pratyaya is added, but then again it is dropped. The dress comes to these words, but then they say that no, you are already dressed. Go. No dress is required. No extra dress is required for you. You are okay. You are fine with whatever you are. So they don't change. Indeclinables. Okay. And then the last type of word is kriya or kriya pada, which is verb, which is tinganta. So you see, this is subanta. Sometimes all 5 are called as subanta. Sometimes 4 are called as subanta, avyaya, and then kriya. Kriya pada is tinganta. The verb means verb, that which is gacchati. Gacchati, goes. Apathat, studied, past tense. Karishyami, shall do, I shall do. Bhavatu, may there be. Bhavatu, may there be. So to be, bhava, bhu, bhava is to be. So bhavatu means may there be. So these are the kind of verbs. Okay. If you remember, these are the only types of words in Sanskrit. Nama, sarvanama, visheshana, kriya visheshana, avyaya, and kriyapada. Verb. Okay. So noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, indeclinable, and verb. Subanta, tinganta. Avyaya you can include in subanta, you can keep it separate also. Is this clear? Understood? Now, another thing which is different from English, which we were discussing, is the words change their forms according to the way they are used. They decline. And this declension is something which is different in Sanskrit, which is unique to Sanskrit. Not unique to Sanskrit doesn't mean that you have to compare with your own regional languages, because most of our regional languages have come from Sanskrit. So they will also have declensions. right? But they will decline. The words will change. As I was telling, Balaha will change. Balaha, Balo, Balaha, Balam, Balo, Balan, Bale, Balabhyam, Balayi, etc. In feminine gender also they will change. Bala, Bale, Balaha, Balam, Bale, Balaha, Balaya, Balabhyam, Balabhi, etc. They will change. Gachati also. Verbs also will change. Gachati, Gachata, Gachati, Gachatah, Gachanti, Gachasi, Gachata, Gachata, Gachami, Gachava, Gachama, etc. Agachat, Agachatam, Agachattu, etc. etc. It will change. Everything will change. So, when a word is used as it is, that word carries with itself lot of information. This is something which is beautiful about Sanskrit and beautiful about Samskriti also, our Indian culture also. Let me give you one example. Our names, no? In India, the way we used to tell our names, those names themselves will communicate lot more information and than just the name. So we have a way of telling our name. Sometimes you meet somebody and you just introduce by their first name, but then we immediately say no, tell the full name. Why? Because the moment I tell my full name, it is automatically communicated from where I belong, who is my father, to which family I belong to. Everything is communicated by that full name, which is not there in other parts of the world, you see. Isn't it? When we say, especially in North India, okay, let me put it like this. South India names are very complicated. The way they put anything anywhere, they may put their father's name, they may not use their father's name. They sometimes use the birthplace before, sometimes they use it later, too much complication. You go to North means Maharashtra onwards you go. There is a strict format of full name that we follow. You tell what is your name, your father's name, your family name. So the moment somebody tells that full name, you understand about that person more information than just the name by which we are supposed to call that person. It carries with itself lot more information. You must have also seen we have a particular way we dress up. And that's why whenever we are going to marriages, etc., parents force us to wear a particular kind of dress. Why? Because that dress tells about you more. Without saying a word, it tells from which background you are. You see, you are a Tamil Brahmin. You will know by their dress that they are Tamil Brahmins. You don't have to ask them. You have to go and ask them. Not required. You know by the look that these are the Tamil Brahmins. You know that these are Kshatriyas. You know. So what I mean to say is, our entire thing, whether our full name or our dress or our get-up, we put nama, we put gandha, etc. By that it will be clear what philosophy I follow, what sect I belong to, whom do I worship. Everything is communicated by that. That's why it was called as nama. See, nama means noun, no? Nama means name also. But that particular gandha type also is called as nama. Why? Because it communicates to other person so many things. So you see the one that I am wearing, gandha is there, inside that kumkum is there. If I am a Vaishnava, then I will put that entire nama, as you see in many places. Why? The moment I put that, people understand, okay, he is a Vaishnava person, the Vishnu devotee, his family is supposed to worship like this. The moment I put Tripundraka, the moment I put that ash, vibhuti, 3 layers of it, immediately it is clear it is a Shaiva person. He worships this person. So I don't have to tell all these things. By the way I appear, it will be communicated automatically. So in Indian culture, we carry our entire background with us. Now we may have gone away from the culture, but please understand, we are still carrying all the things that we believe in. If I am suited and booted, you will know that I am working in some corporate. If I am wearing a kurta and pajama, you know I am working in a particular thing. Now in the same way, when words are used in Sanskrit, they themselves carry lot of information. So when we want to understand the words, we have to understand and take out all the information that they are giving. This is used for two ways, for two reasons. Number one, the word which is already in use, we will extract all the information from it and therefore we will understand the meaning. And number two, when we have to use a particular word, by using all those factors, I will be able to make my own words. Or rather, I will say, make my own forms of the word that I want to use. So, there is a way by which we extract all the information from the existing words, or we use all that extracted things to create different forms of the words. We are going to call, for the sake of understanding, address. What is their address? Why? Generally, we meet somebody, we ask that person, no, where are you from? In India, in Indian English, we say, where are you from originally? While introducing, we say also, I am so and so and I am originally from Kerala. What is this originally from? That is the way we say. Where are you from? So what is the address of that particular word? So here you see, for Subanta and Tinganta, this is the address. If the moment you get any word, if it is Subanta, it tells me these 5 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if it is Tinganta, it will tell me these 6 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What are these things? We will see. That is what we are going to see immediately next. But these are the 6 things that it will tell me. So if it is noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, etc., it will tell me these 5 things. What are the 5 things that it will tell me? What is the base from which that word is formed? Pratipadika. What is the base? That base ends with what letter? Anta. That base ends with what letter? When I take the example, you will understand this further. But right now I am just explaining the meaning of these words. Okay. So what is the base from which the word is formed? This is the word. This is the word. This is the noun. Right? Noun, etc. Noun, pronoun and adjective, etc. Okay. Now, the moment that adjective is used, it will tell me what is the base. What that base is ending with. What is the gender? What is the gender of that base? What is the vibhakti case in which the word is used? And what is the number of that word? So please don't worry. Don't worry about writing everything, because we will be seeing this. Now one by one we are going to see what is end, what is anta, what is linga, what is vibhakti, what is vachana. We are going to see that. In each slide, one thing we will see. Don't worry about that. But these are the 5 things that the word will tell me the moment that word is used. Let me give you one example. Let me take what balaha. Let us take first word only. Now the moment word balaha is there, it tells me pratipadika is bala. Bala is the pratipadika. Word is balaha. Visarga is there. Bala is the pratipadika. It ends with a. Bala a. So it is akaranta, anta. It is pullinga. It is a masculine gender. It is vibhakti prathama vibhakti and ekavachana. It is singular. Balaha. Balaha, singular. Now the moment the word changes, if it is balaha, the moment the word changes, this remains same, this remains same. This is pullinga or strilinga, because that balaha word can come in both. Prathama will remain same, but this will become bahuvachana, plural. Plural. Okay. Some of this is also there in English. Example, let me tell. Boy. The moment I say boy, noun form that I am using for this, boy, it also tells me what gender it is. Boy, male gender. It also tells me what is the number. It is a singular. If I say boys, immediately I will say it is a plural. So word by itself carries lot of information, in English also. But in Sanskrit it carries much more, lot of things are there. Right? Base, what it ends with, what is its gender, what is the gender of the word, what is the case that it is declining, and what is the number. It tells me all these things. Okay? I am just introducing these concepts to you. Now is not the time to go in detail. We will see that one by one we will take it. But please know that the word, when it is Subanta, tells me these 5 things. Why? Because Subanta is formed from Pratipadika. That Pratipadika plus Supratyaya is there, no? So Pratipadika itself will tell me these 2 things. That Supratyaya will tell me the last 2 things. And therefore, by that word, I will know 5 things about that word. In the same way, Tinganta, when it is a verb, the moment that verb is used, these 6 things that the verb automatically tells me. What all things it tells me? What is the root from which that verb is formed? Gacchati comes from root gam gaccha. Gam. Apathat comes from root pat. So it tells me what is the root. In which gana means group. In which group that root belongs to. So all the 2104 roots which are there are divided into 10 ganas. They are divided into 10 groups according to the properties that they exhibit. It tells me out of these 10 groups, which is that group of that particular dhatu, that particular root. It tells me that. It tells me pada, parasmay pada and atmani pada or ubhay pada. What kind of dress that dhatu should wear, that root should wear. It tells me what bend. There is no Sanskrit equivalent to it, therefore I cannot write it. English equivalent to it, so I cannot write it. But pada, it tells me what kind of bend that dhatu has got. Lakara means tense and mood. Tense or mood. It tells me if it is from present tense or past tense or future tense, or whether it is what mood, imperative mood, that I am ordering, or I am requesting, or I am saying maybe, if, all kinds of things it will tell me. Bhavatu is imperative mode, it is telling may there be like this, do like this. So tense and mood also the verb itself tells me. Purusha means person. What is person? If it is first person, I, second person, you, third person, what that verb is denoting, whom that verb is explaining. So moment you say gacchati, you know that it is telling about the third person. Why? Because if it is telling about me, the form will be gacchami. Am gacchami, saha gacchati, sa gacchati, tat gacchati. So it also tells me about which person we are talking about. And finally vachan. Vachana is same in Subanta also, Tinganta also. What number? Number means, gacchati means one person is going. Gacchanti means many people are going. So it is plural. So whether it is singular, whether it is dual, whether it is plural, all these things, the word itself tells me. See carefully. Okay, let us first clear the screen. All right. Chalo. So address. The entire address, the word itself tells me. When the word is used, if it is Subanta, it will tell me these 5 things. That which is written in yellow, therefore I have written this also in yellow. Okay. That which is in green, therefore I have written this also. Avyaya doesn't have to tell me anything because it is not going to change anything at all. It remains same. So only thing I should know about that avyaya, that indeclinable, is its meaning. That's it. I don't need to know about all these things. It's not required. He is exempted from all categories. Okay, he is a Jnani Purusha. Don't ask him what is his father's name and where is he coming from originally. Don't have to ask which sampradaya. It doesn't matter. He has crossed all the boundaries now. He is a Jnani Purusha. So, not required to be explained. But for Subanta, this is the address that I automatically come to. It tells me what is its base, what the base ends with, what is the gender of the base, and for the word, which is the case and which is the number. In case of Tinganta, in case of verb, it tells me what is the root. That root belongs to which group, it belongs to which category, pada. It belongs, that verb is used in which mood or which tense. It is indicating which person, first person, second person, third person, and what number. Is it singular, dual, or plural? Now, as I told you, this is used for two reasons. One is if the word is already in use, I can find out the meaning. I can find out these things. In other case also, when I have to use the word, when I have to make a particular form of a word, I can make it using these things. Why? Because in my mind, I know whether I am using it for first person or second person or third person. In my mind, I am talking about singular or plural. Then I can create the form of the word using this address. So it is used for two things. One is to understand what is already used, and second thing is to use it. Okay, this is there in all languages. Okay, nothing new we are studying. When English we are learning, there are two reasons why we learn any language. Number one, the literature which is already there in the language, we need to understand it. And second, then that language we have to use it. Therefore, some people, when they lack the second kind of thing, they can't talk. Why? Because practice has not happened. But they will understand. You talk in Malayalam, I understand Malayalam. But don't ask me to talk. Why? Because I don't know how to make the words. Same thing happens with Sanskrit also. Many people, they say that, Vedji, we understand it, basics of it, but we can't use it. That's fine. It will come by practice. It is same for all languages. In English, when we started learning English also, we could understand, but we were very hesitant to speak. Why? Because the second way is not natural for us. We can't use, we can't create. See, even now after so many years also, we still don't know where that S comes. What S? To verb, suddenly sometimes they will add S. Go will become goes. Read will become reads. Now when to use that reads, when to use the read? He reads a book. I read a book. You read a book. They read a book. But he reads a book. Now when is that S coming? It changes according to the pronoun, according to the person that you are talking. If it is in third person singular, then it will become S. I go, you go, he goes. So you see, third person singular, S will come. Now this is something which the address will tell me. And therefore when I am creating a form, I will know that I am talking about the third person singular, I must put S. So even for using or creating a form or for understanding the language, in both cases, this information is important. Okay, clear? The whole purpose I am explaining all these things is to tell that Sanskrit is not a difficult language. Okay, it is rather easier than most of the language that we have already studied. Only thing is that we have to follow the basic principles, and we will understand the language also. We'll be even able to speak in that language. We can do that. If we can do it in other languages, in Sanskrit also we can do. Okay, so this much information is sufficient. Now in the next session, we will start understanding these concepts. What do you mean by anta? What do you mean by linga, vibhakti, vachana, purusha, vachana? Everything we will understand one by one, the basics of it. Once we understand all these things, then our introduction to the language is over. Then we will enter into this. Avyayas we will discuss, nouns etc., how to form, verbs how to form, we will enter into the main Now also we are in the main only, but we are understanding the basics of it. Once we understand basics correctly, rest of the things will be very fairly easy to understand. Okay, so these classes which are happening now, you may have to watch again and again for you to completely grasp it. Even it is possible that sometimes we will go forward, you might have to come back to these classes to understand the basics. Okay, sufficient for today. Let us conclude. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.